Hey guys, this is going to be your small group guided reading lesson. So when we're doing daily 5 at school and you all come to see me at the teacher table, this is going to be really similar to what we do there. So when you watch this video, after this, it's going to move into a making words lesson, which is just very similar to what we do at the teacher table where we move those letters around to make new words. Then the video will take you into reading a book, and you're going to read it with me because I'm going to kind of pop in just like I'm doing right now, kind of ask you some questions, maybe work on your fluency a little bit. And then after you get done reading the book, the video will end, but leave the video up because you're going to go back to Seesaw and you're going to work on that comprehension part, which just means like, what can you tell me about what you remember from the book? So there'll be a graphic organizer or something for you to work on Seesaw that'll be based on the book that we read together today in this video. All right, good luck and have fun. All right, guys, so this is the part of the lesson where we're gonna do our making words. So take a look at the letters that you see, and if you need to, pause the video, but make sure that you have these letters ready to go. If you don't have magnetic letters, that's totally fine. Just write them down on a piece of paper and cut them up, and that'll work just as well. So make sure you have these ready to go, and then we'll get started. All right, hi guys, I'm back. I want you, before we get started, if you have somebody close by, or if you don't, just think in your head, but think about, why do we do making words? Why is it important? We talk about it all the time when we get ready to do our making words lesson. So think about, why is it important for us to do making words? You can pause the video if you need some extra time. All right. So remember, we do making words because it helps us see patterns in words. It helps us learn how we can take one letter, move it around and make a whole brand new word. We can take small words and make bigger words out of those. We can kind of keep adding and make new words. So all of that is really important when we're learning to read. So I'm going to make my words back here on the board just like I do in front of you guys at the reading table. So remember, when we do making words, don't move any of your letters until I snap, okay? It gives you a chance to listen to the word and to think about how you would spell that. All right, so our first word has 2 letters in it, 2 letters, and it's the word is. So say the word is. Like, is it going to rain today? Is. All right, go ahead and see if you can make the word is. And if you need extra time, just press the pause button at any time. All right, so we should have taken the the I sound, and the is. Although when we say is, we kind of make a Z sound because that's just, we say it a little bit differently than how you would sound it out. All right, our next word has 2 letters in it, and it's the word it. Like, it was really sunny, so we played outside. It. Everybody say the word it. Good. All right. Go ahead and see if you can make the word it. And don't forget, you can pause if you need some extra time. All right. So let's see. It still starts with that same I sound, but now we have a different ending sound. It. Good. So you should have I-T. It. All right, our next word has 3 letters in it, and it's the word sit. Sit. Like, I want to teach my dog to sit. Everybody say sit. All right, go ahead and see if you can make the word sit. All right, so you should have, we already have that it sound. The only thing that we need to add is that beginning S sound. So it. Good job. S-I-T. All right, our next word still has 3 letters in it, and it's the word sir. Like, I like when students say yes, sir, to Mr. Bale. Say sir. All right, go ahead and see if you can make the word sir. All right, so we have still the same beginning sound, that S sound, but now we have a different ending sound. Now, actually, that is one of our hunks and chunks, the I-R-er. So all I have to do is move that T and switch it with an R, and it makes a totally different sound and a totally different word. Good, so we spell sir, S-I-R, with that hunk and chunk, sir. All right, our next word is gonna have 4 letters in it. And it's the word stir, stir. Like I had to stir the pancake mix to mix everything together. Everybody say stir. Good. Go ahead and see if you can make the word stir. All right. So we have something very close to it, but we have a blend at the beginning. So now we hear a sound after that S sound. We hear that T to make that blend st. Good. And then we have that hunk and chunk still at the end, that sound. So we spell stir S-T-I-R. Good job. All right, our next word has 4 letters in it again, and it's the word rust. Rust. Like the metal bucket had rust. Let me try that again. The metal bucket had red rust on it. So like when it gets water on it and you let it sit and it kind of turns a reddish color, that's called rust. So everybody say rust. All right, go ahead and see if you can make the word rust. All right, so now we have to really move some letters around. So I hear that R at the beginning. So I know it's going to start with that R and then rust. I hear that short U sound, And then I hear a blend at the end, and our last word, it was at the beginning, but now I hear it at the end. Listen, rust. So now we still have that same blend, but it's at the end instead of the beginning of the word. So we spell rust, R-U-S-T. Very good. All right, our next word has 4 letters in it, and it's the word ruts. Ruts. Like when my parents did the same things over and over, they got into ruts. All right, everybody say the word ruts. All right, go ahead and make the word ruts. All right, so this one was a little tricky because the way that we talk and the way that Miss Bale talks, it makes it a little bit harder to hear it. But if you hear the beginning of it, that we know it still starts with that R-U sound. But then ruts, ruts, that T is going to come next, almost like not almost, like the word rut. And then you're going to add that S on the end to make the word ruts. Good. So we spell ruts, R-U-T-S. All right. Our next word still has 4 letters in it, and it's the word quit. Quit. Like even when I was losing, I didn't quit. Everybody say quit. All right. See if you can make the word quit. All right, so we're gonna have to move some letters around for this one again too. I hear a blend kind of at the beginning of that word again, that ku. And then we hear the ku, I. And then that T sound at the end, quit. Very good. So we spell quit, Q-U-I-T. All right, everybody go ahead and let's get ready for that next word. The next one has 5 letters in it, and it's really close to what we just did. It's the word quits. Like it's getting late, so I'm going to call my homework quits. I'm going to call it quits. It means like I'm going to stop doing it. So everybody say the word quits. All right, go ahead and make the word quits. All right, so I don't know about you, but I hear the word quit in there, and the only thing that I hear differently is at the end of it, I hear that S sound. So I hear quits. So we spell quits, Q-U-I-T-S, quits. All right, our last word, our mystery word. So if you want to pause it really quick and think about what you think the mystery word is going to be, because it's going to include all 6 of our letters. So think about it. Our mystery word is the word squirt. Squirt, like the ketchup bottle will squirt out quickly. Squirt. All right, go ahead and see if you can, say the word squirt, and then see if you can make the word squirt. All right. So this one's going to move just a few words around, but I hear a blend at the beginning of that word, the squoo. It's kind of close to quoo, but I actually hear that S sound at the beginning. So squoo. And then I hear that hunk and chunk, Think about what hunk and chunk do you hear? That IR hunk and chunk. And then of course that T at the end. So we spell squirt, SQUIRT, squirt. Good job, you guys. So think about all those letters that you heard, and just remember that if you move one letter around, you can make a whole new word. Really cool. Good job. Hey guys, so now we're going to read our book together. Remember, if you need any extra time reading any of the pages, just press the pause button and that's no problem at all. It'll give you time to finish reading that page. So the book we're going to read together is called A Trip to the Farm. I want you, before we start reading, I want you to think about, what do you think is going to happen in the book? So what prediction can you make based off of the title and the picture on the front cover? So take a second and pause the video if you need to and make a prediction about what's going to happen in our book. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started. So what I want you to do is, in just a second, it's going to flip to the first page. And unless you pause the video, it's going to keep going. So if you need more time, press the pause button. I want you to read each page just like we do when we're at school, except this time you don't have to whisper. You can read out loud just like normal. And I'll kind of pop in and give you some things to think about and some ways to practice your fluency. All right, and then when you're done, then I'll let you know what you're going to do. All right, so on the first couple of pages, we already see a lot of characters in our story. And remember, we know that something is a character because it's anything that can talk or shows action. So it's not just animals or people, it could be anything that shows action in our story. So think about, what characters do we see already in our story just in the first couple of pages? And you can either just think about it, or you can turn and tell somebody that's sitting close to you. All right, so this time I want you to think about what the setting is of the story. So remember, the setting is where the story takes place, but also when the story takes place. So kind of look at the picture. I mean, the text tells you too, definitely, but the picture really shows you where the setting is for sure. So make sure that you look at the picture, read the text, and think about, where is the story taking place and when is it taking place? And you can pause the video, turn and tell somebody, or just think about it in your head. All right, so if you notice on this page, there is a word that looks different than all the other words. So take a second and think, what do you think that word is called? It's a text feature that we've talked about, and even though this is a fiction book, you can still see these kind of words in a fiction book. So what kind of word is that called? All right, so if you thought that it was a bold print word, then you are correct. Good job. So remember, when we see a bold print word, we want to kind of emphasize that word a little bit more, but it also kind of is important too. When it's in bold print, then it tells us that that word is important. So think about, what do you think the word full means? It tells you in the text. So if you read and you go back in the text, it pretty much tells you what the word full means, and you can see it in the picture too. So take a second and think about, what do you think the word full means? Why is it important? All right, guys. So now that you finished reading our book, A Trip to the Farm, I want you to think about what happened in the story. So you're going to retell the story. So if you head back over to the Seesaw app or website, you'll see a graphic organizer that's in this same assignment. And you can use that to help retell the story and tell what happened in the beginning of the story, the middle of the story, and the end of the story. Now, don't forget that whenever you retell a story, you want to make sure you include the characters' names and the setting. If there was any kind of problem or solution, you want to include that too. Just make sure that you don't include too many little details. You want to just kind of hit the big important things that happened. So go ahead and do that and let me know what you remember from the book. I hope you enjoyed it.